artist, man. You feel me? We out here. We got a special guest. I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself.
What's good, y'all, man? It's Q.T.B right now, man. Shoot, out here in VA with it, man. Out here, we at South Park Mall.
Okay.
Where, shoot, Jewelry Kings. That's where you'll find me at, man. Anytime you need jewelry, any ice, of course. I'm the coldest to do it, so hit me up whenever you try and get any custom jewelry or anything for the family, man. I'm the one to come to for sure.
All right, let's start from the top, bro. Where you from, man?
Originally, I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina, but I was raised out in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Okay.
Shoot, my brother is the one who actually brought me out here in VA, man, with the Jewelry Kings, coming out here ever since really COVID hit.
Okay.
I've been out here building my name, helping build the brand, and shoot, now coming into the music scene and doing a lot of stuff on the YouTube tip, shoot, just really trying to do the most I can to, bring what we do to light out here in VA for real.
Yeah. How's it growing up in NC, bro?
Well, I grew up, like I said, I grew up out in Florida for real.
Oh, okay.
A lot of my family come out from North Carolina, but shoot, growing up in Florida, it was straight, man. It was different. It opened my eyes to a lot at an early age for real. Like just being around a lot of different cultures early on kind of opened my eyes to what more of the world has out in store for me for real.
Yeah. So what's some things that you learned from different cultures and shit, bro?
Shoot, things I learned from different cultures, man. First thing I think of is like food for real, but just learning from different cultures. You just or being around different cultures, you just learn how to know how to diversify and be versatile in a sense. Just like knowing how to speak to different people, different ethnicities, and just knowing how not everybody's gonna be like you, but at the same time, the fact that there's millions of people out in the world that have different upbringings and different backgrounds. You could kind of pick and choose what you could take from different things you learn from their cultures and add it into your own mix.
Facts. How'd you get into the jewelry business, man?
Shoot, my brother, man, he brought me up out of here. It started off as like a seasonal job for me. Coming from I attended college out in Little Rock, Arkansas. Shout out Flanders Smith College. Came out here during the summertime in 2019 for the first time, and then I started coming out here during more of my school breaks. And then, like I said, ever since COVID hit, I've really been out here full time, and that's when I really started building my name, building my clientele base, and just creating something special out here in VA.
Yeah. So what, you make the jewelry? You sell the jewelry? Like, what you do, bro?
Shoot, we do a little bit of everything for me. I'm getting wicked with it. Like everything that you see on me, shoot, I really design myself.
Come on, man.
So anytime a client comes up to me with a different concept, I have my own flair, my own twist to it, And 9 times out of 10, they'll throw me the concept and shoot, I'll draw it up in 5-10 minutes. Next thing you know, they loving how I kind of threw my own unique twist on it to make it a piece that's one-on-one, and shoot, it'll take 3 to 5 weeks before the piece comes back in, and then they rocking what I designed for them.
What's the process of making jewelry, bro? How's the process? How does that go?
It's really you just, whenever they come to me, they put a down deposit. All you gotta do is put a down deposit to start the process of the design process. I draw the design up, and then a day or two later, I'll be able to send you the digitized design. You give me the green light, or if there's something that you want to change, we fix it up. In a matter of a day or two, send it back to you. As soon as you give us the green light, that's when we start the production of the piece. So, it's fun, man. The jewelry, man. It's not just a job to me, man. It's really a passion, because I'm able to really really showcase my artistic flow through the jewelry, in a sense. My pieces, I want to make sure that anybody that comes to me, they have something that nobody else has, or as long as it's custom. If they come to me with a custom idea, I'll make sure that nobody else can really top it for real. That's how I'm coming, at least out here.
What did you major in college, bro?
Biology. I majored in biology, man, and shoot, it's crazy, seeing how everything comes full circle, man, because what actually inspired me to major in biology. In 2016, I was diagnosed with a tumor in my right leg. It was a desmoid fibromatosis tumor, if I'm being specific. But it kind of shook my whole world in a sense, because before 2016, and I mean, shoot, I was still doing my thing, but before that, everybody knew me from playing basketball, playing sports, shoot, from anywhere, from track, cross country, bowling, football. Like I was an all-around like athlete, but basketball is my main sport. You know, everybody really knew me from playing ball for real. But going through the process of going through chemotherapy for a whole entire year during my junior year in high school, like, kind of shifted my mindset in the sense of just knowing, like, you know, there's nothing really in this world that can stop me from doing what I want to do. You know, as long as I put my mind to it, you know, I could really do and change whatever I feel like I can, because, you know, the only person in my way is me now.
What made you want to get into the music then, bro?
It's always been a passion of mine. It's always been a passion of mine ever since I was young. For real. I just never really knew like all the right, correct steps to kind of do it. Even though there's not really like a correct way to do it, but it was always like, you know, just making sure, you know, things were right before I actually went out to the public with it. You know, just now is more so I'm just doing what I feel like I want to like bring to the world, something that's never been like done or heard of before. And as well as like show off my versatility, you know, in a way where, you know, a lot of people they go for like specific directions, and they kind of try to emulate their styles off of what they see. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But you know, at a certain point in time, as an artist, you want to make sure that, you know, you distinguish yourself from the rest of the crowd, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do off early, for real.
Like, when did you start taking it serious?
This year. It's the beginning of this year, January 1st, man. I was like, you know what, like, you know, it's either now or never, man. I graduated college last year in May. You know, I was really doing my own thing, just, you know, as far as the business side, just making sure, like, I was being the best manager I could be for my brother's business, but also, like, you know, diving into my own personal interests. I was like, you know, like, I am very creative, but it's not gonna do me no good trying to hold that back, rather than, you know, showing the world what I am capable of. So, you know, it's now or never. And ever since this year, I've really been stepping out of my comfort zone as far as artistic, like my artistic abilities, and just really doing my own thing with the music. And now I got, let's just say I got a lot in store with the music, man. I can't wait to show the world what I got, man.
Who's some artists that inspired you growing up, bro?
How many you want me to name? Give me a number.
Give me about 5.
5?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, of course, I gotta go Drake. You know, Drake. But then, I say Biggie, Andre 3000, Schoolboy Q, and last I throw in Wiz Khalifa. Like, you know, and those 5 are, of course, like that. You can tell in those 5, like, they have their own different styles, but you know, they somehow, some way, like, shifted or impacted the game in their own way. You know, that's how I want to, you know, bring my artistic, like, my artisticness to the world, man. I want to do something similar to what they did, you know.
What's it about Schoolboy Q, bro? Like,
Schoolboy Q, man, like, people, I feel like people sleep on Schoolboy Q because, like, Schoolboy Q, like, he has his own flow, like, his own swagger to the beat, like, and, I say, if you go back, listen to, really like Oxymoron and Up, like Oxymoron, then what was it, Blank Face, and most recently when he dropped Crash Talk, you know, like he really like has some stories that he tells like that's very overlooked, because, you know, he's very catchy too. Like,
you're right.
You know, there's not too many Schoolboy Q songs that don't stick, because he just has his own like style. Like, he'd be like, yeah. It's just like, you know, there's certain things in the songs that, you know, just stick. It don't even be the lyrics at times. It could just be the beat, or it could be his cadence. Like, man, Schoolboy Q is definitely slept on. I feel like a lot more people got to give their flowers out to Schoolboy Q, because now we in a sense where, Schoolboy Q just dropped whenever he want to drop. I'll be like, bro, like, I wish that man would drop as consistent as a lot more of these other artists out here. But no, like, Schoolboy Q really got that. And it kind of, you know, I gotta shout out my Qs, because, you know, my name start with Q as well. So, you know, us Q's got to stay together. You know, Schoolboy Q, Quavo, Q.T.B, all of us, man. We all got to stay together for sure.
Hey, look, with you just taking this shit serious this year, what's the hardest part about being an artist? Like,
hardest part about being an artist. Shoot, really, when you starting off, for real, like, hardest part is really starting, you know, like I feel like I used to just be so much in my head to where it was like, I felt like I held myself back as far as just starting, you know, like, for me to be 23, just dropping my first song on my 23rd birthday, it was like, you know, it was no turning back from here. I feel like the hardest part was really just starting, you know, and I feel like that's really, that pertains to everything in life, you know, like, if you're really passionate about something that you want to do in this life, man, I feel like, you know, the hardest part is really just starting, you know, because as soon as you start, it's like building momentum ever since then. Like, from there is just, you know, all right, now depending on who fucks with it and who doesn't, you know, you adjust a few things, you know, keep going at it, you know, because something that you feel like might not hit might mean the world to some other people that, you know, listen to that type of stuff. So it's stuff like that. I mean, I just thought of before actually getting into it. Now, like, it's shoot, now you can't even keep me away from like being like fully invested into my art. Now it's another way to really not only express yourself but to showcase your growth, you know, like, through your art. You know, I feel like art is everything, man. Without art, man, what we doing for real?
I see more black people getting involved in, like, I don't feel like this is a black dominated thing. Like,
I feel like shoot, we the minority in this, but we got so much more to prove out here, man. You know, and shout out to a lot of jewelers out there that's doing their thing, and, you know, there's a lot of jewelers that inspire me in the sense I see different pieces and different styles that have been done before. I'm like, like, I wonder, like, how I would have did it, you know, like, you know, there's a lot of jewelers out here that are doing their thing, and now I feel like it's time for us to, you know, put our name on the map in a sense, and put VA on the map as well, because, you know, people kind of sleep on VA, but like I said, you know, VA is where everything started, so how you gonna sleep on the first, you know?
So you repping VA now, bro? Like,
I rep everywhere I touch, man. I rep VA, I rep Florida, I rep North Carolina, I rep Arkansas, man. Shoot, I'm universal, man. Shoot, I rep, you know, I go overseas, man. I'm gonna start repping France, or I'm gonna rep Australia, man. But like, I rep wherever they show love at, man. Cause I feel like there needs to be a lot more love out here than hate anyway. So, you know, shoot, as long as people realize, you know, at the end of the day, we all human beings, and as long as we can come together and make a change out in this world, man, there's nothing that can hold us back from, you know, just being one.
What was your biggest accomplishment last year, bro?
Biggest accomplishment last year, I'll say graduating college, man. That was a big journey in itself, because there was times where I was really, like, even contemplating, is it worth it, and, you know, like, man, there's so many different things I was going through while I was going through that college journey, but to push through and see it through, man, that meant a lot to me. And also just to put a smile on my mom's face during that graduation, man, it just meant the world to me, because it was something that, you know, a lot of African American males don't even, you know, get to do, you know, don't even have the privilege or opportunity to do. So being able to knock that out and check that off the list, it was like, all right, like, you know, I'm doing something great out here already. So just gotta keep that momentum going for real.
Yeah. What's your biggest goal for this year?
Biggest goal for this year. Really? I got a few projects I'm working on right now. Matter of fact, by the time this interview drop, I might be done with one. I want to drop 3. So my biggest goal this year is just to see through my vision when it comes to these projects. I want to drop these projects, but also, like, have these projects, you know, not only showcase what I'm doing on a regular, but also like shine a light on what can be done when you fully believe in yourself and don't let nobody, steer you off of your own personal path, man. I just want to be the representation that, there isn't anything that you can do. There isn't anything that you can't do as long as you put your mind to it, for real. So, as long as I make and allow one person to feel that message, I feel like I've succeeded in my goal. And I feel like there's more than one person that feels that message coming from me. So, there's just a lot in store that I got coming, and I want to just see it through. As long as I see it through, and as long as I'm able to showcase these projects to the world, man, I feel like I'll be able to reach that goal this year. For sure.
Tell me 3 things you can't live without, bro.
Can't live without my phone, of course, cause too many people to contact, too many connections to make through your phone. There's so many things you can do on your phone that's productive. So can't live without my phone. Can't live without water. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm the water bearer for a reason, man. If anything, I gotta have me some water at me on me at all times. Number 3. I can't live without my headphones because I always gotta feel the rhythm wherever I go.
That's a solid 3. Thought you was gonna say money, pussy.
I mean, of course, like, I feel like the money always gonna come. Like, as long as you as long as you put yourself in positions to like, not only like, of course, feed your family, take care of your own needs. Self-preservation is the first rule of first law of nature. But I had to learn how to detach myself away from money in a sense early on, because when I was young, we didn't even have too much, going on. I ain't really come from a rich background, even though, when I was seeing her out in public, I had on, good clothes, not the best, but, stuff that made people not assume that, our situation was the worst. Like, Mom really did a great job of really, making sure, I was straight, even though we was going through, some tough situations early on, though. That's why I always have, a soft spot for the youth in a sense, because, shoot, man, if we don't pass it forward, then who will, man? There's so much that the youth take from us in this generation already. If we don't help them out, if we don't pass our game, if we don't pass our knowledge on to them, then they're gonna be lost when they get our age. So, it's the money. Like I said, it's great to have the money, but I learned how to make the money not be the number one. Making sure the money's not number one. Always get into it, but at the same time, a lot of people make the money the only objective, and that's not really what I go for. It's more so as long as it feel good, whatever I'm doing, is if it feel good, and if it feel right, and it feel if all the stars align and the time is perfect, and the time is right, man, that's when I know it's a go. I don't really base my decisions off the money aspect, rather than, is it right for me? Is it right for my family? Is it right for the brand? I think of it as a 10 steps ahead approach, rather than just thinking about the dollar amount. So money, that comes. Pussy, that comes too. Shoot, man. I'm a handsome man. Got the ice, got the jewelry, man. Got the drip. That's always going to come as long as I keep myself right, man. So, but shoot, if anything, as long as I keep chasing the money, shoot, the women always going to come. So, shoot, I gotta, my shawties, they know what's up. But no, shoot, if anything, I just stay focused on my grind, stay focused on my purpose, and then everything else falls in line from there, for real.
Yeah, most definitely. What's next for you, bro?
Shoot, what's next? Right now, I'm just learning how to grow my clientele base, reaching out to a lot more people. And for real, the music kind of helps me reach a lot more people because, like, you'll hear in my raps, like, I kind of, like, market myself. I kind of sell myself in the music to where by the time, you hear the music, you're going to be like, oh, dang, well, shoot, let me check out his jewelry, too. And once you see the jewelry, it's like, all right, like, well, dang, like, he really doing this stuff. And I'm only 23, man. I'm only 23. Like, I've been selling jewelry ever since I was 19. And I'm only 23. I'm not even 25 yet. Like, by the time I reach 25, I feel like I say the whole country gonna know my name. The whole country gonna know Jewelry Kings. And from there, I feel like it's just gonna expand from there. Like, so many different avenues within the business are gonna open up. And I feel like, I'll be able to really start making a change for what it is that I'm doing this all for. And honestly, I want to just be an advocate for, children that have either had illnesses and they went through chemotherapy and, radiation as well. Like, just letting them know, like, I've been there, done that. And if I'm able to, still be here doing my own thing and be here shining like the star I know I am, you can too, for sure.
Hey, that's hard, bro. Hey, look, you got any shout outs, man?
Of course, shout out Jewelry Kings, man. Like I said, wherever, we here at South Park. Me up on the Instagram at the Notorious Q.T.B or QB1 the Coldest. Check those pages out. You can even hit up the main Jewelry Kings page at Jewelry_Kings_VA. You check out the styles that you want. Send them my way. Let me know what you like. We take it from there. Also want to shout out, of course, my dudes, my pops, my brothers, all my family out there. But I gotta go back and shout out also, I'll start back. Poppy Maje, NSG Monte, Mink and Belly Hendrix, shout out Twan Delasi, shout out Suki Zari, the people that, and not only invested in my vision early on before I even made it, were also kind of like really giving me that fire to really push on, because I was able to see them do their thing and now I'm doing mine, and they've been supportive of my journey as much as I've been supportive of theirs. So, it's that reciprocity. See, I wasn't an English major, so I wasn't an English major, but y'all know what I'm
take that part out.
Yeah, facts. But no, just freaking, big shout out to them, because if it weren't for them, man, I wouldn't be doing my thing on the YouTube tip and translating from the YouTube tip to the music tip. Just like they kind of feel that fire. So now I'm about to blaze the world with.
All right, so look, what advice would you give to up and coming artists, man, that want to take this shit serious?
Advice I give to up and coming artists, man, you really gotta have thick skin in this, because there's gonna be a lot of people who gonna tell you what they feel like is best for you, or what they feel like you should do. But if you ain't doing what feels right for you, then you doing it for the wrong reasons, for real, man. You gotta develop that thick skin and really be able to, weed out who's there for you and who's not. And while doing that, you be able to kind of like find your soul tribe, your soul family, and do it for the ones who really like care about your art and actually appreciate it. So just have thick skin in this, because ain't nobody gonna do it like you. So you might as well you gotta fully invest in yourself before showing this to the world, because if you ain't investing in yourself and giving it your all, nobody's gonna ever take you serious. So I say go all in, man. If you ain't going all in, then you might as well not do it, for real, because there's people out here who really doing it on a day in and day out basis. And if you ain't putting in the time, effort, or even have the work ethic to compete with them, then you ain't gonna last in this game, for sure.
Last question, bro. What's the hardest lesson you learned in life?
Hardest lesson I've learned in life. Man, shit. But you can't trust everybody. You can't trust everybody, but especially if you got a big heart, man. Like, if you got a big heart, man, you really gotta protect yourself, because there's a lot of people out here that will take advantage at any given moment because they know that you got that soft spot in your heart somehow, some way. You know, you gotta make sure that, you know, like you really on your P's and Q's and really like paying attention to the energy that's around you and paying attention of the people that's around you, because there's real live energy vampires out here that you know, they see you doing your thing and they'll try and just jump on that because they see you popping, and shoot, when shit hits the fan, you know, they know where to be found. Like, no, like, you know, really lock in with the people that fuck with you for you, you know, not fucking with you for what you got, because, you know, there's gonna be times where you're not gonna always be at the top, you know, like, and this don't even mean like being at the top of the game. This means like just, you know, like being at the top of your own personal journey. You know, like there's always gonna be ups and downs in the journey, but you know, you just gotta really see who really love you for you rather than, you know, love you for what you got. And once you figure that out, man, shoot, I feel like that makes the path even easier for you, man. So shoot, just don't trust everybody, man. Just do your thing. Stick with the people, stick with the day ones that's been in your corner fucking with you for you, and you be straight.
I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to talk your shit, brother, and we signing out.
2023, man. Q.T.B, I'm coming for that bag. I'm coming for the top, man. I'm really about to show the world what it is that I've been holding back, man. And shoot, it's gonna start this month, man. Shoot, and like I said, I'm bringing my team with me too. The people that been with me, the people that been rocking with me. Shoot, we all going to the top. So, shoot, I see you there or you see you there. Shoot, so just like that.
Hey, RVA artist, man. We out.